So now let's start designing our home screen step by step. So on the home screen dot, first of all, we have to basically get the current time and date, which will be updating at real time, okay, on our home screen. So yes, you will learn in this video how to add a time, that is the current time, which will be updating at real time to your Flutter websites or Flutter web portals. So here on the home screen dot inside the above the widget build, let's use the built-in method which is by the name init state. Okay, init state. Now init state is basically a method which is called whenever the user navigate to the home screen. Okay, it will be automatically called. So here basically what we want to get the current time, which will be updating at real time, and of course the date. So let me just write here comments. Okay, date, time. Let's quickly define the format for time, that is how we want to display the time, and of course for the date as well, step by step. Okay, so I'm going to create a new method, the return type for which will be string, and let's give this name as format current lifetime, you can say. Okay, this is the method name which we are going to implement, and we have to pass one parameter to this method which will be date time, and as this is specifically formatting the time, so we just pass time to it. So let's quickly define the format. So we can say date format. Okay, for this purpose we have to use our dependency. So go to the pub.dev site and simply search for intl, this first one, okay, with null safety. Okay, first one with null safety, intl. Then click on installing and simply copy this dependency, come back to the project, and in the pubspec.yml here, after the Cupertino icons, just paste that intl. Okay, and then simply click on pub-get exit code 0, which simply means the dependency has been added successfully. So now if you type date format, this one, okay, which belongs to intel.dot. Okay, so for displaying the time, the format will be, first of all we want to display hours. Okay, H stands for hours. Then colon, after colon you can simply type hours and then minutes, M, in small English alphabets. Okay, and then after minutes we want to display seconds, so make sure to put colon and then S in small English alphabets, which simply means seconds. So hours, minutes, seconds. Okay, and after the seconds give one space, that is, let's say if you want to display the 12-hour format, that is AM and PM, then you have to simply type here A, which denotes the AM and PM, that is 12 hours format. So yes, and then we can simply say format, and we have to pass the time which we are receiving here as a parameter in this method. Now this is for current lifetime format. Okay, in this format our time will be visible on our home screen. Now the next thing is to format the date as well. So just copy paste this method down here, and we can say format current date, that is in which format we want to display our date. So we will pass here date as a parameter to this method, and the format will be, first of all we want to display the date, then space, we want to display the months. Okay, this date is in small English alphabets, and then in capital letters write 4 times M. Okay, so it simply means date, months, that is month. Okay, that is currently which month is it, and then which date is, let's say, today. Okay, and then of course we want to display the year, so in small English alphabets write 4 times Y, and then of course we have to pass the date which we are receiving here as a parameter. So now what we need to do here in the init state first of all we can say call our method which is format current lifetime, and we have to pass the current time, okay, which is datetime dot now, okay. And then for the date, basically this datetime dot now give us two things. One is the time, another one is the date, okay. So here in this method which is format current lifetime, here we pass the datetime dot now, that is the current time and date, and basically this method return us back only the time in proper format, okay. And now we will call our second method which is for formatting, or you can say getting the date only. So we can say format current date, and here we can simply say datetime dot now, and this method is basically it return us only the date in this format, okay. Now let me tell you one more time. We can even directly call this, but you know this is not the proper format, that is a common user will not understand that is what kind of date or what kind of time it is, okay. So that's why for getting the time we implement this method which is format current lifetime, and we pass the datetime dot now, that is the current time and date. Basically this returns, it is kind of different format. So in order to get the proper readable format which a common user can understand, okay, that's why we format that, okay. We are passing this toward this method, and basically this method return us back time, that is in this format, hours, minutes, seconds with AM and PM, that is 12 hours format which a common user easily understand, okay. This is a proper format for displaying time. Similarly for date, okay, we pass the datetime dot now, and it returns us back the date in this format, that is first it will display the date, month, and then year, okay, which a common user can easily understand. So that's why we format these. Now as you know that this method give us a string type time, that is in this format, okay. So we need to assign this to variable. Same, the date we have to assign to a string type variable. So we will define here, let's initialize, not just define but initialize as well. So we can say time text equals to empty string, and then of course we will get the date, so time date text, okay. So as you know it is return us this time in this format, okay, which is the return type is string. So that's why here we will assign this to our time text. So now time text basically it has the current time, and then same goes for the date. We will say date text, it has now the date, because we need to use these things now on our home screen. Now the next thing is basically we have to get the live seconds, which will be, I mean you will see at real time, which will be changing, okay, just like real time when you see your watch. So for that purpose we need to implement another method, and let's give it name as get current live time. Date time, let's give it name as time now. Date time dot now. Then we can say final string, let's give it name as lifetime equals to format current lifetime, and here we have to pass the time now. Then for the date we can say final string live date equals to format current date, and here we have to pass the time now. And then we can say if this dot mounted, Then we have to assign this inside the set state to, that is the lifetime and life date, to their required string type variable. For example, the lifetime we have to assign to our time text, and then of course we have then the date text, and we have to assign the life date to it. So what we have done inside this method, well, it is so simple and so easy. We get the current time, okay, and we assign it to our time now, which is of data type date time, okay. So it basically contains the current time. Now this current time we want in what format? We want this in, for example, for the time we want this format, okay, while for the date we want this format. So that's why we call these methods and we pass the time now to it, okay. So basically it gets the lifetime and then it gets the live date, and then if everything is ready, then we simply assign our lifetime to our string type text variable and our date to our date string type date text string type variable, because our widget, which is a text widget, I mean using which we will display text on our home screen, it only accept the string type variables. So anyways, now let's just call this method inside the init state. We can simply say here that is timer dot periodic, and we have to set duration. As you know, we will display the lifetime, which is seconds, which will also show you the live seconds. So we can say seconds 1, okay, and as it will remain constant, that is 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, that is 1 second will be changing after every seconds, after one increment will be adding to it, okay. So const, and after 60 seconds of course it become it add minute, okay, that is the time will be changed. So here we can call our method, which is get current lifetime, and now let's just display our time and date, okay, using the text widget on our home screen. That is to display the lifetime and date on the widgets on the user interface. So anyways, now what we want to do, after the app bar we have the body of our screen, so we can say center widget child column children widget, and using the text widget, let's first of all add our time text, okay, and let's apply some text style on it. Font size will be 20, and the color, for now let's just set it to black. Later on of course we will change, because we have to change the app bar also, I mean the background color for it, we will use gradient colors. For now let's just quickly complete this. Letter spacing will be 3, and the font weight dot bold, and as this text style will constant, so we will add a const modifier with it. So let's just test the app. So let's open up the terminal and write this command and press enter. Flutter run -t chrome -web -render html. And here we go. Here you can see the time is updating at real time. As you can see, currently it is 2 p.m. okay, and this is the second. As you know that after 60 seconds the minute will be changed, okay. So here you can see 55 seconds, 56 seconds, 57 seconds, 59, 60, and minute changed, okay. So now it is 2:1 p.m. okay, and the second is changing. So congratulations, it is working fine. Now also we have to display the date alongside with the time, so we will display it in the same text widget using the concatenation sign plus. Okay, when we combine two string we use this sign. Okay, we want to move to the next line, so for that purpose we have to write /n, which means in the next line we want to display, add the concatenation sign plus. Okay, we want to display the date string as well, which is date text. Okay, just like this. So now if we hot restart by pressing R in the terminal, so here we go. Here you can see the time, and here is the date, and the time is updating at real time. Now let's add something, which is some padding from all the sides. So this text widget, let's wrap this with padding. Okay, from all sides let's give 12. So now let's hot restart. So here we go. Okay, it looks more beautiful now. So 2:44 p.m. and 22nd February 2022, and now the minute change, as you can see, it is updating at real time. So yeah, that is really cool and really nice. One thing is, which we will be doing next, is basically to work on the app bar. We have to add a gradient color to it, as well as you know, we are using the black theme, that is the black UI, so we will also change this to black. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.